Huh.
Bounce, bounce, pass.
Sports.
Pass, kick, pass. Dunk it.
What?
Funk it.
Sure.
Serve it. Here. Work it. Jockular. We're about to get jocular.
And
Hello. And we're back.
That's what I
Well, we
want.
took a week off, so we're
That's
back.
true, and we're back.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Katie Kershaw, she, her.
Hi, I am Tien, trans, she, her.
ER Fightmaster, they, them. This is not today we're talking about the 2024 WNBA playoffs. You know, who will win, who will lose. The results may shake you to your very core.
Wow.
I forgot to update that part of the prep.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
okay.
no, I love
We're
it.
gonna read it.
Yeah, we are.
If we don't warn the audience that things will shake them to the core,
Mm-hmm.
I think we will experience backlash.
Yeah.
Oh, I think people will come after us.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you guys about something. I didn't bring it up before the podcast, so just, you can cut it if it really offends people. I shaved my whole leg.
What?
Just one?
I did too, but it took, I'm not kidding,
Why'd you shave your legs?
an hour and 25 minutes.
I can see it.
Curiosity.
What?
I haven't seen my legs in years, and I was like, I'm going to do this.
I don't know if I've ever seen them.
I don't think I've ever seen them either.
I'm telling you, I feel like a little clown.
Yeah, you're bleeding through your corduroys.
Yeah, I just used a knife. You take off all the skin, right?
No, yeah, you do.
Okay, yeah.
You shave down to the bone.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you shaved down to the bone, which I did, and it's,
Oh.
it's hurting, yeah. Hard to walk.
Is it, what
Did you find-
stage are you at?
Yeah.
Like, is it starting to come back in? Is it a little, hard, prickly?
No, it's bald. And it's, the thing that's weird about it is that when I was sitting down last night and I touched my own leg, and I got
Stop.
so aroused because I was like, oh my God, that's a beautiful woman's leg.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the weird, queer people, we really do be contained in the multitudes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I was like feeling this thing, being like, oh my God. And then I would see the leg in the mirror when I was like getting ready for bed, and I'd be like, what the fuck? That's a lady's leg. So I don't know. Yeah, I just thought that you guys should know. I don't want to change things between us. Like,
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
this might take weeks to
What
fix.
if it doesn't?
Yeah, what
grow
if it doesn't
back?
grow back? What if it's one of those things where the old wives' tale that when you remove the hair it never grows back?
Uh-huh,
I thought it came back thicker.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that actually, I do think that is what it is.
Oh.
The reason I did it, I'm going to be really transparent with you guys. The reason I did it is
Please.
because I was sitting down on the ground. I was like locking up my bike, and I looked at the back of my thigh, and I saw just a landing strip of hair, and I was like, no. And it was on
Stop it.
just on my thigh, on my upper thigh, which is, I was like covered in blonde hair. One strip of black hair on the back of my thigh. And I was like, we're starting over.
This is 30.
This is 30. We are starting over and this is 30. And now I've got these absolutely gorgeous model legs.
Wow.
And
Wow.
nothing to do with them because it feels weird.
I would say
I mean,
take pictures if you
yeah,
can.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Take, you know how you essentially did that thing where you sat on your own hand and made it numb it was a different hand?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when guys jerk off with a non-dominant
with a
hand.
non-dominant hand. Take pictures with your legs.
Yeah, I'm going to put on a skirt and
Yeah,
I'm
and
going to
some
hold my
heels.
own hand and walk around the town.
I think that's beautiful. I haven't
Take
shaved
the legs out on a date.
I haven't
Yes.
shaved my legs in maybe a decade, and I'm trying to grow hair.
Wow.
I'm
That's
try-
shaved yesterday.
No.
Tien,
I'm
what?
trying to
Can I
grow.
touch it?
Yes. This is a decade of not shaving.
It's so soft.
I have you know how
Do you like it that way?
yeah, I mean okay, I think I do.
You
Yeah.
just exploded with it, yeah.
No, I like I don't like shaving my legs, and I try to grow my armpit hair, but I think it's just my sort of Vietnamese American pattern balding that it comes in like Charlie Brown's bangs.
Okay.
So
So hot.
So sure.
So really
Sure.
hot. We all think
So-
Charlie Brown's like a total 10.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
A Montana 10.
Sorry to our Montana listeners. I bet you're hot.
Whoa. Montana jockstrap pop up in the comments.
I
Hold
don't
on in
know
the
why.
comments.
It just like passed through me.
Katie, tell
And
us about your hair pattern.
I was about to say, I wonder when you were going to ask.
Oh, we're here.
I am naturally pretty hairless, I would say. I shave my legs every once in a while, never past the knee.
Can I touch?
Yeah. This has been like a few
Okay,
weeks.
so smooth.
Yeah. So
Oh, this is
yeah, it's pretty nice.
it's pretty nice.
I grow my armpit hair, but I really don't like the way it looks. But if
Mhm.
I just don't feel like it works on me. But when I shave it, it is truly a rash. It is like there's like nothing
I know
I can
exactly
do.
what
Yes.
you mean.
There's nothing I can do.
The hair gets to a certain length in the armpits, and like, listen, to each their own, 100%. But for
Right.
me, the hair gets to a certain length where like I'll close my arm and I'll look down, and I have like a little like patch
Yeah.
of grass that's like poking out when the arm
See,
is
I
closed.
want
And I'm like,
that.
I'm like, no, that's when I go, okay, we're getting down, we're cutting everything down to a millimeter. We're starting fresh.
Yeah, that's
But
where I take,
never
like, a little,
bald.
like, no, I can't bald. Like I'll try to bald from time to time if it's
Mhm.
like,
Mm.
especially like partner's family event or something, and I'm like, okay, I'll just make
Mhm.
this look nice. And
Yeah, you're like, we don't want this to be the talk of the town.
right. And then the next day, it's truly like, what happened? Did you get a burn under your arm?
I don't think you're supposed to be. It's like hot and wet under there.
Yeah.
I do find that think that the skin, which is probably why I like, love my femme, that I find that when I look at my own bare skin, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like pulling my sock off all the way. I'm like, that is not for public. Like, and I feel the same way about when I go to the gym. If I've ever had to like shave my armpits for anything, I am full ass like, you ain't gonna see them armpits till
It's
the hair comes back
vulnerable.
because I'm naked now
Yeah, you're nude.
Yeah.
Fully nude.
and hair is clothes.
Yeah. So, real quick, when I was home last time, one of my dear friends came to visit home in Appalachia, came to visit my mom and granny's house to like cut their hair and hang out. It was really, really lovely. My grandmother claims to be blind. And
I love claims.
I love claims.
well, I'm a bit of my grandmother can see more
believe
than
your
she says.
grandmother.
you Stevie Wonder about it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
see you
that's
wonder about it.
Okay. Okay.
I was like,
I've heard.
I was like, no one here cares about my armpit hair, like whatever. But I had mentioned it to my friend Ben. I was like, yeah, like I feel like I can't shave because like I get like ingrowns, rash, whatever. Disgusting topic for the pod. And my granny, who again says she's blind, bless you, was like, I bet Ben working in a salon would have a way so you wouldn't get any razor burn. Me not knowing she even knew I had armpit hair.
Mm.
My armpit hair is so light and few.
She's not. I'm so
I gotta say.
tired of the lies.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
not blind. You have to call her up.
Yeah. You have
Call
to-
her on the
you have to-
pod.
Call-
Can we out her like a radio
Call
show?
her out so we can call her in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we will do it soon.
I look forward to on our Patreon. We are
Uh-huh.
gonna call out Katie's grandma.
Yeah.
Hard.
Actually,
And it's called Granny Gon' Get It.
that is actually the segment that we want subscribers for. Is that we're just if you follow our Patreon, we're just gonna call people out.
Yeah, we're just destroying the elderly.
And we're starting with my 88-year-old Appalachian
Yeah.
granny who's,
Yeah.
who's probably the nicest, most accepting person in the world.
We're going for the poor. We're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for people with disabilities. We
Yeah.
are going for elderly folks. We are
kindest folks.
attacking the people at the top
yeah.
of this pyramid.
Yeah, we're going for them, and you gotta pay to see it.
The
Yeah.
top 1%.
Oh,
I know we were supposed to talk about other things.
we were supposed to talk about sports. What's going on in the group chat?
Okay, let's discuss the LPGA. Right there.
Right there on the hat. Right there.
Right there on ER's hat.
Transgender golfer Hailey Davidson is competing on the women's tour, and of course, a bunch of bigots are saying it's unfair.
Now, I've not read up on this as much as the two of you have. So, can you all give me a breakdown as to like, obviously, bigots are going to say it's unfair when a transgender person walks out their front door.
Yeah.
So, but what is happening here?
The thing that's bumming me out about this, so Hailey Davidson, I think transitioned back in like
2019,
hormonally
yeah.
transitioned, like I think even earlier than that, maybe
2015.
yes. And so her body has had a lot of time to adjust to these like bizarro standards that we have for,
Yeah.
quote unquote, women's correct amount of estrogen or whatever the fuck it is that
Mhm.
allows you to be a woman in the public eye. And she has tested she has the right numbers for it. And
Mhm.
it's one of those things that when trans people have a good game, it's an abomination to women's sports.
Yeah.
And reading up on this, when trans people have a bad game, it's still a headline. So she actually, Hailey
Can't
Davidson,
win.
missed the tour by like 2 strokes,
Mhm.
and it was a headline. They didn't even tell you who made the tour. They did not tell you who won that competition. It was a big headline that she was not good enough to get into that tour, but then we're saying that she's too good to play with the other women. And what really fucking bothered me is that the person who spoke out loudest about her, loudest because they amplified it the most, was another trans woman, Jenner vibes.
Jenner vibes.
The-
No matter how much you try, you're not going to be accepted by them. Like, why do you
Yeah, why do
think
you
aligning yourself with these bigots is going to get you?
some internalized
Yes, I mean it's very
misogyny and
Yeah.
hate and yeah.
Yeah, and I almost want to say it's internalized misandry because
Mhm.
they're like the thing that was so striking to me about a trans woman being like, at the end of the day, we have a huge leg up, and I forget how exactly she framed it, but she was basically like, we are men and we have all of these inroads as men. So even when we transition, we have that biological leg up. You can't get rid of that no matter how long you've transitioned. And it just begs, first of all, have fun trying to get into that club. They're never going to have you. And the oppressor's never going to have you. You just helped them out, but they're never going to have you. We're waiting for you when you change your mind and become a better person.
Mhm.
And the other part of it is it's exactly what we were talking about with the Olympics thing, where the other Olympians, where all of these standards seems to be really arbitrary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they change all the time.
I mean, they're reviewing them now, and it is because I feel like Hailey Davidson is trying to make it onto the tour. They're like moving the goalposts again because several years ago, another trans athlete sued them, and the LPGA voted and was like, actually, you're right. Like, players don't have to be assigned female at birth to play in the LPGA. They had
Mhm.
already like gone through it and they've already set these standards. But now that there's a player like a trans woman who could possibly make the tour, they're like, let's move the goalposts again. Like they're reviewing their gender policy. I feel like it's just gonna
It's
exclude more people.
it's all made up. The game of golf is made up.
I know, it's all made up.
Like silliness.
I know.
And it's silliness I love, but like why in the world do we need to put this like structure on it? I don't know.
Well,
There's-
and
did
why
you
aren't they
see-
testing for IQ? You know what I mean? Like if we're all so fucking obsessed
Or
with
finger length,
estrogen
you know?
and
Yeah.
testosterone, but why not test for IQ? Don't you think it would be a big leg up if somebody had a much higher IQ, especially in a game of golf, which is like strategy and all this shit?
Mhm.
Like, what about chess? Like, why aren't we testing all of these factors? The only thing that we're obsessed with
every
is
hormone.
Or
gender
testing any,
presentation.
like truly testing it, like arm length,
Yes.
finger length,
Yes.
broad shoulder. Like
Yeah.
we could test everything. This also reminds me, did you see there's like I think it's San Jose. I might not be remembering the college exactly, but the San
I'll look it
Jose women's volleyball team
Oh, has a trans.
has a trans athlete
Yep.
and she's been playing on the team for years now, but only because I don't know, some ridiculous like conservative group found out. They've now made it an issue and other teams are forfeiting playing against San Jose even though they played her and it was fine because it is.
Yep.
Several years ago.
I was watching the NFL this weekend.
Okay. Bleep that out,
And-
Harry.
Yeah, bleep it out. And one of the commercials for Donald Trump right now, I don't know if you guys have seen it. You can bleep out his name too if you want. Is Kamala Harris only cares about they, them, not about you.
What?
And the whole
So
it was like
funny.
another one of those reminders, Trump is leading in the polls with men. That NFL viewership is largely men. And I've not seen these commercials for Donald Trump yet, but because I was like, who the fuck is whose argument would this like work for? This is crazy. I mean, it's like less than 1% of the population is trans. Less than half of that is identifying as non-binary. Like, and this is what you've staked an
Yeah.
entire campaign on. It's working for men. It's working for cishet men.
Yeah.
Like that is the target audience it's reaching. And so we can all say there's so few trans people in sports. They're not bothering anyone. They're great athletes. They're great people. They deserve to participate. And for some reason, all of these cishet people are really, really hyper-focused on their existence. I don't understand why.
It's their own. I mean, it is hatred. Like
It
I
is
don't
hatred, yeah.
want to like diminish the fact that it is hate first and foremost, but it's also just so much fear
Mm-hmm.
and confusion of themselves. And we've said it on here many times before, but like looking at someone going, why did they get to do that? I don't get to do the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be
Because
allowed
you
to
suck
either.
at golf, bitch. Like that's the other thing that I want.
Yeah.
These like any athlete that is like, oh, I didn't get into the tour because she did, and they point to the one trans girl that beat her. They don't point to the other trans. They don't point to any of the other cis women that are there.
No.
You lost to all
never.
those people,
Yeah.
bitch. You weren't good enough for any of those people.
Yeah.
Okay? All of those people beat you. It is crazy. Like it's all of these. I truly believe that that the women that are hyper focused on this, the cis women that are hyper focused on this, one, they're enjoying this like internalized misogynist fantasy that like them playing sports is just like girl power shit because actually at the end of the day they're princesses and women are weak. And the second thing is that they need to be victimized by something, and so anybody beating them, they can't complain about the other cis women, and so now they have this like common enemy for their mediocrity. No, you're just mediocre.
It really reminds me. These types of like people that are the losers that complain the loudest. It reminds me of like affirmative action. Like remember when
1,000%.
one white woman who couldn't have gotten into the school anyway was like complaining.
You don't know that.
No.
Tien, what if nobody else was able to get in? Maybe she would have had a chance.
You're right.
No, there is a case.
You're right.
There is a case coming in front of the Supreme Court where it's this woman who says she got fired because she's straight. Why? She had a lesbian boss. Then she got demoted, and that lesbian boss hired a twink. And then from there, they hired another lesbian. And honestly, it's going to be such an
no, it's gonna
moment
it is gonna be
to see-
iconic.
I'm sorry, Justice Thomas, what do you got to say? I can't wait to read it.
We have to give them our song, our intro song to Jockular for whenever they walk into the courtroom. I just
Oh yeah.
bounce,
Bounce,
pass, pass, kick, pass. And
pass.
there's a little twink being like, okay, when you were hired on June 9th, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
just think
Oh,
we
it's
should
Pride
be,
Month.
we should be, of course, of course it is. And that's why it has to be our song. Let us do the soundtrack to the little court proceeding.
At the end of the day, it comes back to white male supremacy.
It really does.
It really does. It's those women wanting to be
Yeah.
in that club. It's trans women wanting to be in this club, into that. Not all. Someone like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all just let me into this place.
The people that I tend to like best are the people that are so disinterested in that fucking club.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
think that all the people that are really actually suffering are the people that really are so oriented towards, white male supremacy that they're like, how can I slip in? How can I be a part of the in group? Like, trust me, even being in the in group as a white guy in there, I'm sure is horrific because they're constantly looking for reasons to other people.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? It's not a good place to be.
No.
Come sit with us.
Ooh.
And
Come
Yes.
sit with us.
Come sit with us. It's so nice.
And with that, let's take a break.